this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Coming up.
What you suing him for, man?
I found out that for 6 months he was selling my breast milk instead of donating it to the milk bank.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Sold it to bodybuilders at the gym instead.
State your name, ma'am.
Tiara Moore.
Sir?
Brian Coop.
All right, ma'am, you're suing the defendant for $2,880 for selling your breast milk.
Him and I had a baby together. Our baby's 16 months old. We met back in college. It was a friends with benefits kind of situation, and then we both graduated and went our own way. A few years later, we get together, and I instantly get pregnant. And so a few months into my pregnancy, he cheated on me, and so we separated.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end of my pregnancy, we decided to try to make it be a family, but I ended up being going on maternity leave after we gave birth, and I wasn't working. He had to work, and so I told him I wanted to donate my breast milk because I was overproducing a lot of breast milk. So I told him I wanted to donate the excess breast milk to a milk bank for mothers. But a month after our son was born, him and I got into a huge argument because I felt like he wasn't contributing enough financially to our child.
What type of work was he doing?
He's a stocker at a grocery store.
So he stocked shelves?
Yes, he stocked shelves.
All right, and they make decent money?
Yeah.
But you said he wasn't making enough money to pay child support for the child that he impregnated you with?
Well, we weren't living together, and because he, like I said, he cheated on me.
That's precisely when you pay child support.
Coming up.
Guys who work at the gym, we're looking for, people who sell breast milk. And it helps them with protein and things like that. I have to admit, I drunk some of her milk too. I mean, look how I look.
You say, look how you look. Look like you've been taking steroids. I don't know about no breast milk, all y'all pumped up guys telling you, I go to the gym. No, you go to the pharmacist.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Tiara Moore, who is suing Brian Koo for fraud.
He did help me when I was on maternity leave for 8 weeks. He did pay my rent for those 2 months.
He didn't help you? What do you mean help you?
He paid my rent for those 2 months. But I was
You mean your rent?
My rent and his rent. Like, he paid
Were you all living together?
No.
Okay, there it is. He was taking care of his child.
In a way.
In a way? How much did he give you in monthly child support?
He didn't pay me child support.
Okay.
I'm trying to...
That's all I want to know. He didn't pay child support. Now, let me go to you, sir.
Yeah, Your Honor, she was on paternity leave for 2 months, and I was contributing to her rent. It wasn't enough money for our child. So I was trying to find other ways to, support my kid because I didn't want to be a deadbeat dad. And so I go to the gym, Your Honor. I go to the gym 3 times a week. I saw this form in the gym that said...
Well, let me actually back you up again.
Yes, sir.
Because this is more important than any of this, is the child support issue for me. How much was it per month for the rent?
It was $1,800 for her rent.
$1,800?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me tell you what you would have been responsible for. Your salary, what, $50,000, $60,000?
Yep.
In that area? You'd have been responsible about 3% of your salary. A couple of hundred a month. Instead, you were paying $1,800 a month. You overpaid by 5 times.
Yeah, but I didn't want my kid to be outside on the streets or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? Because
if she couldn't support him with that $200, then you go to the custody court and say she can't afford it. I'm paying my child support. She can't pay her half. I should get full custody. That's how that goes.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Promotion.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. What you suing him for, ma'am?
I found out that for 6 months, he was selling my breast milk instead of donating it to the milk bank. And in that 6 months, he made $2,880.
Man, he had given you $3,600. Go ahead.
Like I was saying, when I went to the gym, I saw an ad where, guys who worked at the gym were looking for, people who sell breast milk, and it helps them with protein and things like that.
Really?
Yeah, it does. And so, I
Muscle people.
Yeah, see, like
Is that true?
It is true.
I had to admit, I drunk some of her milk too. I mean, look how I look.
Clears up the skin, apparently. Nutrients.
He said, look how you look. Look like you've been taking steroids. I don't know about no breast milk, all y'all pumped up guys telling you, I go to the gym. No, you go to the pharmacist. Y'all be kidding.
So I was selling that for like $10 a bag, and I made $480 a month. And I used that money to help support my kid.
Yep. I believe so, based on what she has even said. Gave her $1,800 for 2 months.
Yeah, but Your Honor, I had to dip into my savings to still buy clothes, diapers,
You were supposed
shoes,
to.
bottles.
$1,800 a month
I have
was
the
enough
baby
to do
full
it.
time.
Claim dismissed. He used the money appropriately
No,
for
he
the
did
child.
not.
Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
You two have any final words for each other?
I hope we get back together, babe, really.
No, we can get back together after I get my check.